Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today, it's actually welcome to the Forgotten Realms. We finally got the new set out. I already seen some people trying out some new decks. I've seen a lot of monocolored ones. I think I saw a new take on mono green aggro recently, but I'm gonna take it slow. So I kind of want to get the experience of as many of the new cards as possible, which is why I usually do one sealed at the very beginning. Later this weekend we will have a draft, so that we're gonna be doing a draft on that one. I actually sandbagged the draft a bit last time, so I kind of have enough for one draft. I might be behind on leveling up that one, but my rank on draft, but we'll see. Anyway, so without further ado, we're going to cash in on this one. I've only been able to get some cursory information about the sets. I have a light inkling about what each of the 10 colors, 10 two-colored pairs draft. What do they draft into? So we're going to. Woo. Okay, so if I were to talk about my childhood with D&D, it's pretty much, it's pretty much Adventures of Drizzt. I think I've read most of the early books. Actually, a cousin of mine had a collection of them. I borrowed most of them from him. I read through quite a lot of them. Thanks, Fritz. And this one, my memory of Minx is from Baldur's Gate. So I never actually finished the game. The ones I actually finished were Neverwinter Nights and Neverwinter Nights 2. But this guy's big dude's very memorable. I don't have any memories of Volo, though I've seen it through some of the books. And otherwise, we're being led towards green-white. But let's see how many we actually get in here. One thing to note is that color fixing is really hard to come by. So actually, we'll take a look at our multicolored cards here. There is an incentive to go at least green-white. If I had to choose between the uncommons, I would probably prefer Trelasara over Shesra if I had to choose one of them. Well, Skeleton Swarming is interesting. It actually looks pretty decent, though. It's kind of slow, but we have to see how fast or how slow the format is, or how fast or how slow the decks we can produce are. But we definitely are being led towards green. So let's see how much good green we have here. So we do have the Ranger class, which is actually not. This is pretty much a shoe-in. My concern is that our green is very light. Like, we barely have this many cards here, but they all look decent. So let's see, Null Hunter, okay, so regular 2/2, Intrepid, Outlander, 2/3. Okay, maybe not venturing this time. We get a 2/2 with this one. Level up on the 2/2 is really good too. 1/2, but Death Touch, okay. So we actually have a decent aggro curve here. Druid class, this one kind of combos with white, especially with life gain. So we actually have a built-in mini combo here. Also, Sylvan Shepherd, very good at life gain. Prowler, it's fine. Inspiring Bard. Okay, it looks like we got a bit of life gain. Got quite a bit of life gain here. So we're pretty much going in. Yabu.
我試到 send 嚟話都叫人 verify 位呢個框啫。
Katanelo. Okay, so as long as it's your turn, so the green is actually looking relatively solid. If a creature died this turn, okay. So let's take a look at white. Let's see if we can get some good support here. Actually, looks even shallower at this point. Like, we got the Paladin class, which looks fine. Oh, we do have 3 copies of Celestial Unicorn, but this might be. So it's not exactly gaining us life, but it is a big payoff on that one. We do have some removal, actually the white might be the white looks relatively solid, if not relatively narrow. So that leaves us. So I'm actually inclined to go green white. I'm gonna look at some of the other colors. 4 copies of Plundering Barbarian. Well, interesting. Critical hit, but we don't have any die rolling. We do have a red dragon, but this is probably gonna be our splash color if ever. Swarming goblins. Actually, not bad. Hoarding ogre is actually not that bad. Also, I did note that. Wow. If we're looking for removal in red, we have absolutely none. So, yeah, we don't have any removal in red. Let's take a look at black. I know there. Okay, so there's precipitous drop. That is removal. Okay, so that's how you craft nowadays. Fate's Reversal looks interesting. Treat. Vampire Spawn, Fangblade, some Death Touch, Venture, Destroy, Grim Bounty. There's some removal. In fact, black looks really solid if we're going for a removal color. So green black is also reasonable, though it looks like black might be the color heavy one. But 3 shots of destroy target creature looks interesting. We haven't looked at blue. And okay, Windsear's good, but okay, some good flying, but nothing much to write home about. So we can safely ignore blue at this point. Great Axe. Ooh, that's expensive. We do have an Evolving Wild, so that does incentivize green, white, red. Dungeon map. Venture, activate a sorcery. We could use some ramp. Mimics also kind of ramp. This one is very expensive removal. We might not have a choice but run this though because we have no removal elsewhere. Leather armor, 0-1 and ward 1. The ward 1 might be interesting. Yeah, we might have no choice but to actually run these spike pit traps. Yeah, I'm kind of liking these. So let's take a look at green since we're probably going to run green no matter what happens. So the good green cards, Ranger's good, Basilisk's good. 2-3 reach for 2 mana is very good. Null of Hunter's fine. Whenever it attacks, you roll a d20, so we're going... Inspiring Bar... At the beginning of your end step, if you had the land enter battlefield under your control Venture, so we got free Venture with this, as long as we keep hitting our lands. Then form a party or start a brawl. Creatures you control get +2/+2 is probably a big deal here. So I'm not too sure about running these two guys though, but so I want to see if we need to hit that top end. Definitely probably gonna run these guys at this point. I'm probably gonna start with green white. I might consider green black if things start going south, but this looks very solid. Again, we are removal light, so that is an issue. Yeah, it looks like we're okay, double check our curve. 8-4-3-2. That looks very good. Let's take a look at our white. Like I definitely want these 3 at this point. Actually, no, we kind of want a lot of these cards. Okay, we have 1 piece of removal. Rallying Remover is also very good. Wow, we have so much good stuff here. So we might need to see how aggro or how unaggro we're going. Like at this rate, dungeon map is gonna feel very slow. It does give us a chance to venture, but so we definitely don't want that much venture at this point. We only get to benefit super late, so venture is gonna be super minor for us here. So I'm probably gonna cut. I'm tempted to cut the Troubadour and the dungeon map. I want to fit the Dawnbringer Cleric, though. Let's see, Paladin class. This one's interesting also. It's a good way to buff all our small dudes, and we are running plenty of small dudes here. I'm probably not going to bother running Minx at this point. I might want to run one Pegasus at least, because we need to get some damage through. It's also an argument for not running the spike traps, but if we don't do that, what's our removal? Maybe I don't run all the classes. Yeah, let's lean towards one color. It's going to be mostly green, in which case we probably want to make some cuts on our white here. Maybe cut one unicorn. We don't have that much. Rally maneuver is very good though. We're running 14 and 10. Technically it's 15 because ranger class produces a creature. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of removal, 2 combat tricks. I really want to find a way to say fit the mace and the cleric at least. Let's see. Direwolf Prowler gains haste. Okay, this one's a bit of an underachiever. Meet in the tavern, +2/+2. I like the idea of at least having the +2/+2 part here. Owlbear is fine. Drizzt's definitely why I'm running this, also along with Trelasara. The Mimic is essentially just mana ramp here, so I might even cut this. But do I cut it for the mace or the cleric? We're running at 13 and 9 right now. We are running a good number of creatures, so that is incentive to run the mace. The cleric also kind of helps. I kind of want to find a way to fit the Pegasus at least because that gets flying damage through. I think I'm gonna fit the mace for now, just as a test. But in the long run, I might rather have the. In the long run, I might rather have the cleric, so it's worth a shot. I might also, if I see a lot of ways to gum up the ground, the Pegasus starts gaining more stock, more stonks, depending on how you want to put it. I guess we can go 9/7. We are mostly green on the. We need the white on turn 3 mostly. We need the green mostly on turn 2. So this is how I would mix it. Also, we have a lot of double green, but no double white. So it's kind of more like life aggro here. I kind of want to see if there's room for paladin class eventually. I want to see how many creatures I actually have to consider concerning myself with here. Also, there's probably an argument for, let's say, not running too many celestial unicorns and probably just using a paladin class to buff whatever we have. Also, spells your opponents cast during your turn cost 1 more to cast, so it does ruin a lot of. It ruins their combat tricks, but it helps our. So that's pretty good in a sense. I definitely do not want to cut any more creatures. If I'm gonna cut something, it's probably a spell. Actually, that's an argument for maybe paladin class instead of +2 mace. Because this one we can set it up so that we get a buff for everything on the long term. Still really want to fit the Pegasus somehow. We could maybe cut the Bard for Pegasus. At least we have one evasive creature. I'll start with this one for now. We'll see how it pans out. Also, what was the sleeve we... Did we get... I don't think we got the sleeve. Oh wait, we did get a sleeve. So we're gonna see how this pans out here. Again, this is sealed, so it will depend on what stuff we run into. I am going to consider doing a green-black build if things start going really bad. I'm probably gonna consider that. That's a very interesting name, opponent. Anyway, so we do hit. Okay, the concern here is that we have absolutely no action in the early game, though we have all our colors. So I'm actually gonna mulligan this, which is super risky. Okay, no, it's fine. We hit our 2-drop, we hit our 3-drop. I might bin the rally. I might just bin the rally maneuver at this point. So before the Elf Queen will aid you, you must find a way to cure the strange. Okay, so most likely I run the Outlander first. In fact, I'm tempted to just run this one on turn 4 if I can. Dancing Sword. Let's not show our white quite yet. Enchant non-land permanent, so we can actually enchant the sword. It just becomes a treasure, so it loses out on this. Our opponent's running red-white, so it's... Ooh, wow, hold on. This our deals damage equal to the number... So next turn we have 2 options. We can either go Ranger class or Inspiring Bard. Opponent might have a 5-drop at this point. That's kind of the weakness of just turning this into a treasure. Well, 4-drop because it's an Evolving Wilds. So equip 1 for 2. So interesting. I can make this a 4/5 just to swing through. Then this one has to trade with this if ever. I kind of want to save this for when I play these. So I'm gonna attack with this one. I'm gonna force the trade, which might not. The argument is that opponent now gets a flyer, but we can probably start. So the question is, does our opponent have a way to nuke the enchantment? If they do, sad times, but we'll see. So the plan right now is probably just run out our unicorns one by one. I'm also curious as to how much removal there is. I looked at our pool. We got zip and red, but I'm pretty sure there is. I just don't know how good they are or whatnot. I know white has some removal if we attack. Well, they also have this Delver's Torch, so our opponent is going to venture. So the sword, let the sword fly. Okay. The question also is which... Wait, also, what's this one? You may look at the top card of your library. You may cast creature spells from the top part of your library. Okay, so maybe not so... So maybe not so pertinent for us to hit this. Gain 1 life. Okay. So you had Null Hunter. I'm gonna actually run this guy first. Also, let's check the... So our opponent just gets a scry 1, so... Taking their time. But it's more like I'm setting up their hand. So I'm really tempted to just run the unicorns one by one, then play the bard, gain 3 life, buff these up into 4 trees. Also, our opponent's been dropping cards to the bottom. There's also a temptation to just run Null Hunter Basilisk. I'm actually going to attack first. Let's just put it here. I suspect our opponent is going to... Burning Hands. Okay. How much damage is this? If that permanent is green. Okay. So this is the premium removal. So opponent probably gets target creature can't attack until next turn. So that's gonna be sad. Well, they could go for treasure token. Depends on what they're stuck with in their hand. Target creature can't attack. Okay. So take the hit. Null Hunter. Do I play these two? Because if I play these two... Gain 3 life. So we only get hit for 4, but we did wipe 1 attack, more or less. And put it on there. Does our opponent have no removal this time? Also, this is an you see a pair of goblins. So no charge. So our opponent's gonna try to gum up the board. Keep hitting with this. They're gonna scry 2 next turn. We could get done over by this guy. Also note, it's Devoted Paladin. Yeah, take the 4. This drops down to a 4/4, so this guy needs to attack as well. I can also pay now and just drop 1 creature. But I probably want to just drop these 2. Attack with these 3. Buff the Bard so everything trades with the 4/4. I'm really curious as to why our opponent traded like that, but well, they could have traded with the 5/4 instead, but oh, they're going to actually go for one of the... That's weird. Veteran Dungeoneer, another venture, so X makes 2 skeleton tokens is likely now. So Null Hunter gets a +1/+1 counter. We hit our Evolving Wilds. Hold on. Might as well pay for this. If we can... Then, might as well scry that away. Okay, Paladin class next turn is going to be a big deal here. Like, I can make this a 2/3 just to... Well, probably though that was probably a bit of a dud attack, I suppose. Yeah, I should not have put it here. I should have put it on that one. So guys, we probably need to start holding something back already at this point too. Like our opponent's gonna scry 3. Let's see, Magic Missile. Ooh. That's another piece of removal. Not equipping though. So unfortunately we need to hold back. So Yeah, the paladin class, we can get threaten double strike, but without trample. Yeah, we kind of threw away some creatures there, so that this was a bit of a dud attack. That last one. When it has the Pegasus. Yeah, we really should have our own Pegasus. There's no reason not to. And we're gonna be dead next turn to this guy. Hold on. What's this? So I can swing with this to force a block. This one just equips and kills it. Yeah, I know it's a good game. That's kind of the reason why Plummet is very good here. So let's see. I'm pretty sure our opponent figures it out. So flying is going to be an issue here. We need to keep that in mind. So with that said, also knowing that we have barely any removal, we're going to add the Pegasus. We need to have our own flyers as well. We know we can go toe-to-toe with them. We could have used the spike traps, but we just didn't happen to hit them. Maybe the you meet in the tavern is probably overkill. I'm probably going to cut the Moon Druid. And keep the Sylvan Shepherd. These are fine. Okay, the Druid class would be nice too. I'm actually questioning having all three enchantments at the same time. I might just cut one spike trap. We'll see, but this is a bit but this one's a bit of a stretch. Also, there's probably an argument that we probably should not have nuked the creature. We should have nuked the sword. Because eventually it was the flying artifact that killed us. Yeah, we had answers to a 2/3. We did not have so I'm gonna keep this one. I'm not happy with having Trelasara this early. But knowing we have an Inspiring Bard on standby is probably fine. Okay, at least we hit our mana. So we're gonna be in standby. Trelasara probably dies somewhere in the interim. Or not, but... So I'm probably tempted to just do Inspiring Bard. Clever Conjurer. Yeah, let's just do Inspiring Bard. Opponent is going ramp with... Okay, we'll keep the Spike Trap up. So next turn we can do Arborea Pegasus, swing with one of these guys. Our opponents hasn't demonstrated... Well, remember, they can ramp with this, but... They're ramping with this instead. Okay, I'm convinced. I'm going to bring the Cleric in. Like, this is also 4 mana at this point. Does our opponent have a 4 mana creature or a trick? Well, technically it could also be 3 if our opponent needs blue. So, like, Spy. Yeah, I figured he was just gonna trade. Opponent might have removal for Drizzt. also have to remember that this only deals 5 damage, so if our opponent has anything bigger and green has bigger creatures, we are in trouble. Our best bet would just be hit with the Pegasi at that point and just chump block with 4/1 reach. Not exciting. So this is threatening 6 damage. It has double strike, so it will kill the... It'll kill the Conjurer first. And then take that. And then we pass. Yeah, double strike's a bit brutal there. But now, well... Is our opponent flooded? Hard to say. Let's play Spike Trap now. Opponent concedes there. Looks like they figured we're just gonna clear the board afterwards. Well, we probably would have. So we did get that one win. Definitely the Aurora Pegasus was definitely gonna win us that one if the other cards we played did not. So I'm actually liking the idea of playing more Pegasi there. There's probably an argument for, say, cutting one of the unicorns and for something else. Like, this is a super slow start. We do get card draw, though. Yeah, we need to catch up since our opponent goes first. Let's hope our opponent's not that aggro. Like, we can do Lore into Bard or Tavern. Dwarfo Champion, not looking good for us. I probably just played the Ancient Lord Priest just as either a cheap blocker or whatnot. Steadfast Paladin. Okay, so we have choices of what to block. Okay, we got ourselves a Pegasus, so we got our mid range now. So if I have to trade, it's... Well, if our opponent wants to use Grim Bounty on that guy, I'm fine with it. It does mean that I'm gonna play this without... Well, not completely without benefit. We still gain life. It gives us the option to, say... Devoted Paladin. So obviously block this guy. Opponent's still gaining a ton more life, but that's fine. So next turn we can say play Sylvan. Okay, another Green Bounty. So we're about to get dinged this way. They're out of cards, kind of out of cards now. Let's see if we can kind of survive. If our opponent happens to have... No, this is Sorcery Speed. If they happen to have a third one, I'm going to be... Baleful Beholder. Creatures you control gain menace, so they're not going to block. Each opponent sacrifices it. That's fine. So we take 6. Wow, our opponent had a very good setup there. So we have 7 mana, have to kind of play the creature. This has Vigilance, so we can actually gain some life. 1 life. We'll take it. So we're relying on the rally maneuver to get us out of this. Like, this gets... Yeah, I need this guy to survive. Please, no combat tricks. I'm pretty sure our opponent has a combat trick. Oh! Okay, that's a very good one. Yeah, this is not gonna do it. Wow, we just got wiped. What's this? Removal back to back? That was very good. Yeah, this is not gonna do much for us. Yeah, that was a very unfortunate indeed. Yeah, just play this and say good game, then concede. Yeah, we don't. I don't think we have a. Do we have a? We might have a devoted paladin, but I'm really not concerned. Yeah, definitely a mid-range matchup. Could we go faster? We probably could have gone faster if we did not have. That if we did not keep that heavy a hand start. Okay, let's take a look at the black option here. So when it enters the battlefield, loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. So that's also another way to get around this. We get 2 copies of drop, so that's removal. Actually, we have tons of removal if we do this one. Okay, so let's say we cut the white. I can also cut the spike trap that way. Let's say we cut the white here. Let's go for green-black. We get 3 copies of Grim Bounty, so we're going to be heavy black at this point. Vampire Spawn's a very good one. Clattering Skeletons venture into the dungeon. So we get a lot more ventures here. So we might go for the venture plan here. Precipitous drop. Hold on, let's turn on suggest lands at this point. Okay, there you go. Whenever it gains that touch, alone defending you. Oh, this is good. Take that one. Probably. How many creatures do we have? 11, 10. So the rest has to be creatures, so no Fate's Reversal. We probably should put Shasara and Skeletal Swarming here. Probably an argument for cutting 1 Grim Bounty. So that leaves us with 13 and 10. So we're more controlling at this point. I could probably cut some of the weaker creatures like the Null Ranger. Since we're in for, say, a Dungeon Crawler. Wait, what's this other one? Shambling Gas. Probably want the Dungeon Crawler, since we now have plans for dungeon venturing at this point. So 1310. We are mostly black this time, so maybe you meet in the tavern is awkward this time. We probably want to just have another Grim Bounty or another creature. We could slide it. Purple Worm. Yeah, most of the games we never got to this point. We could fit in a dungeon map though, because since we're, or at least a mimic. Our curve now is like a 6-8 at this point. Yeah, we're gonna end up adding a non-creature anyway. Those Skullport Merchant's interesting in that gives us a treasure, and it's a 1/4 body. Like, it does become an argument for Fate's Reversal as well, if that's the case. I kind of like these as is. Let's just add the dungeon map here, since we are a bit higher on curve here. So probably more like a 9-7 at this point, which makes Owlbear a bit awkward, but we'll keep that in mind. So okay, not quite life aggro, but we do get to do a lot of creature kill. We'll see if this pans out a lot better this time. Otherwise, this is going to be a really short episode. Going to be very sad. I know that last match, yeah, I think it also became an issue that we were just doing 1-for-1. Like, we were playing one threat, our opponent had one threat. 1-1-1-1. Whoever gets to answer the other one and maintain an advantage is certain to win. And we don't exactly have bomb catch-up rares there. Like, hitting a Dritz would have helped us catch up. Opponent had very good use of their combat tricks. I was really concerned about that, but we didn't exactly have much of a choice on that one. So we do get a turn 2 Outlander into turn 3 Vampire Spawns. Or Precipitous Drop. Shambling Ghast. Now the Vampire Spawns, the nice thing I could say about these guys is that they have a decent size toughness. Does our opponent have a kill spell already? Reaper's Talisman. So that negates the first one. And we are now incentivized to actually swing with this guy, so... Dueling Rapier. Ooh! Nice, what's this? Oh, it just trades. Gives him a treasure token, most likely. Okay. Yeah, this one... I never got to this part of the set review, so this is very interesting. So we do have Wanty Fangblade. We could just drop it now so that our opponent doesn't have the time to kill stuff. We could also play our own, but let's see. This 4 to equip. Most likely equips with this one, but the Death Touch is annoying. So if we're to venture, yeah, we're going for the aggro plan here. Hopefully we can hit green mana, but otherwise we do have Clattering Skeletons as an option. Also, the decision on which dungeon to enter is usually, as long as his equip has Menace. Wow. Okay, but it's only when it's attacking. I'm seeing our opponent probably equipping this one. No, they're skipping the equip. It has menace anyway, so we get drained, we get hit. Does our opponent have a creature? If they didn't have a creature, they should have equipped. Also note that we don't exactly have that many ways of completing a dungeon, so... I could play the Sylvan Shepherd just so that we can start threatening life gain. Let's attack first. Okay, he's just buying time here. In that case, really want to hit that owlbear mana. Also, our opponent's dangerously high at this point. Still has not re-equipped the rapier. X equals 3. Each other. Oh wow, that's a very good one. Discard a card, sacrifice an artifact, creature in a land. No, let's just do this. Will decline. Let's see. So we have Druid class. We can kind of buy time. But wow, we just got wrecked by that rare. Oh wait, Druid class. So this is not... Sorry, I mistook this for Ranger class. So yeah, this one's probably not so great late game. Opponent has to decide what to equip to. Wow, we're gonna... Unless we hit one of our one of our removal spells, we're dead. I'm just glad our opponent has not bothered to equip with this. Bull Strength is not going to do it. Yikes. Wow, this is an ignoble end for our run here. We hit one piece of removal. That's it. So next turn is good game. We have... Yeah, we could have used even a plummet. We did not even get that off. Oh wait. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Our opponent can just equip that. Good game. Ay, that was not so great for us. We only got one win. It's kind of also why I really hate doing sealed, but I just want to do it once. I want to see what the meta is like, and the answer is the rares are stupid. Yeah, the rares are stupid, and at least we got 3 packs again. We're gonna have to work to get our gems back, but yeah, this is looking... It is possible that you can get a good synergy, but a well-placed rare will still wreck your day. Anyway, that's it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications. I would have killed for a rare like this, but well, we didn't happen to get that one. All the rares we got happened to be yeah, I'm also slightly down on classes now. Classes are good if you can get them running early, but sometimes you don't, which is an issue. Like, it's probably better in constructed, I would say. Like, that ranger class is definitely good. The druid class not so much. Anyway, that's enough of me griping, but overall I'm liking the concept of the set so far. Now let's see if we can do much better. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great weekend, everyone.